welcome back to That Guy Nick. Today I'm here with another movie review. Today I'm reviewing The Woman King, starring Viola Davis, Lashana Lynch, John Boyega, Theresa Mibedu, and Sheila Atum, and a whole bunch of other cast members who were absolutely amazing in this movie. Now I'm just gonna start off by saying the trailers absolutely undersold this movie. A part of me watching the trailers was obviously interested, of course, but they felt like there was something missing from it. So then actually going into the movie, I had mild expectations. I knew it was going to be good, and I knew it was going to be bad. Which I think is a thing we should all go into movies with, which is middle expectations to see what the movie will actually be like. Obviously, I think there's an exception for most movies, Morbius. But, anyways, I knew this movie was going to be good. So, but did I know it was going to be this good or this great? No, not really. Again, having those mild expectations really enforces the impactfulness of the movie. So we're just going to get right into it with the cast. Obviously, Viola Davis, the lead, basically the star. Everyone's technically a lead, but she kind of stands out, especially another character who I'll get to. Viola Davis kicks absolute ass. She is perfect in this movie. She's already a great actress as this is, so her being attached to this movie was of course going to be like amazing, and she just takes it to a whole nother level, and she does such a fantastic job, outstanding job, to be completely honest. She kicks so much goddamn ass. It is just amazing, and I loved her character so much. Next is Lashana Lynch. Oh my god, dude, she was peak perfection. I loved her character so much. And especially loved her relationship with Nawi, played by Theresa Mibedu. Nawi was such an interesting character in this movie to see this relationship, because minor spoilers, in the movie she's not a part of the tribe yet. I totally forgot what the Anawe. She's not a part of that tribe yet until her father gives her off and tells her to, hey, you're part of go do this. I don't want you anymore. So he basically sells him off to give to as a wife for the king. Obviously that doesn't happen. She joins the Anawe, the tribe, and she has to basically learn how to be a warrior, learn how to fight, and Lashana Lynch's character Azuri was a big part of that, and she kind of helped her through it all. She trained her a little bit. She gave her some good advice, and not only that, but they built a bond, a friendship, and it was fantastic. And both actresses did just a beautiful job portraying these characters. Sheila Amenza, she was fucking crazy in the best ways possible. Such a complete badass, showing so much emotion and anger and range. She was so goddamn good. Just absolutely stole the show in most of these scenes. John Boyega was a great addition. He was in most of the parts of the movie, especially some not big moments, but some certain moments. And John Boyega is always already a great actor himself, so he was already amazing as is. So for the rest of the cast, they were all just amazing. Every single one of them put their heart into this movie, into these roles, and just completely, absolutely, just stole the show. Everyone had a moment. Everyone did such a good job. Even the villains did a great job. One of the villains, Oba. Well, he's kind of the main guy because the Oyo tribe is the biggest one. They're fighting off. But the leader is Oba Adi, played by Jimmy. No, I can't pronounce Adukoya. I probably pronounced these names wrong, and I apologize. He was a pretty solid villain. Even when he first showed up, I felt his presence. I'm like, obviously there was something else in there, which I'll get into spoilers later. But there was a presence there that I really liked, and he really kind of showed how, he's an asshole. That's what he really was. But the actor did a fantastic job portraying that character. Next I want to talk about is the quickly is the score for this movie. I wish if there's a vinyl for this at all, I'm going to buy it probably, and then I'm going to need to buy a record player because the score for this movie was perfection. God damn, it was so good, especially with the end. I'm not gonna get into it, but the score throughout the entire ending piece was just beautiful. It was beautiful. The score for this movie is triumphant. It's badass. It's so goddamn good. So goddamn good. And I loved every single piece of music in this movie. I have no complaints in that. The cinematography for this movie also very beautiful. A lot of great shots and a lot of very, especially in certain moments with characters, specifically Viola Davis's character, Nadeska. There's some deep character moments with her, and I like how it goes into her mindset. You know, we don't see it from afar. We see it up close. We see her, like, what she's feeling. We understand that there's a pain there. It's not from afar. It's not from another perspective. It's right there. And there's also a bunch of other shots in this movie. The final shot of the movie especially was beautiful as well. Last part, of course, was probably there's actually a lot more to talk about, spoiler-free. But the action in this movie, obviously we saw a little bit during the trailers, but holy God, again, it undersold it. The action was absolutely amazing. It was so brutal and badass. It was, the biggest fight scene in this movie was not towards the end, but towards the middle. And holy shit, it was a full-on badass war going on, battle. And it was perfect. The choreography, the stunts, every single part of it, it was just amazing. And the weapons training that these people had to go through was probably extensive as shit, because they were doing some cool ass shit with the swords and the staffs and the guns. It just was like, damn, like, they put effort into their training, and I praise that to high hell. Like, goddamn, they absolutely nailed the action in this movie. Just so goddamn good. When I watch action, especially in certain movies, I get giddy, I get excited because it's so goddamn good. I was in my goddamn theater seat, and I was like, I was laughing a little bit. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking good. It was baffling how good it was. It was amazing. Last few parts. Surprisingly, this movie had some funny moments. Obviously, it's not a comedy, but there was some slight, small moments of, like, where the audience got a good laugh, you know, and it's like, it reminded me of, two different movies, but it reminded me of the Batman. You know, the Batman doesn't have, it's not focused on comedy, but it has little moments where there's hints of, comedy, you know, like Thumb, Drive, or the whole El Rata Alada thing. It's just, there's those little moments of comedy that is what you need, and it's placed very well. And there's not comedy throughout the whole movie at all. It's like 2 or 3 times, and it's kind of funny, and it's really, and it just works super well for this movie. And I just thought that was very interesting, and that goes hand in hand with the writing. The writing is perfect. And so is the story. To be honest, I have no issues with this movie. The spoiler, so, like, I have notes here that I took during the movie because I wanted to make sure I remembered this stuff. But yeah, dude, like, Viola Davis was giving a monologue before they went into this big battle, and I was, like, sitting there, like, mesmerized by this entire thing, like, oh my god, this is amazing. It was so good. So, yeah, I think that's the end of my spoiler review. It's so good. So, anyways, right here, out of focus. Right here, this is my timestamp, of course. That's where my spoiler review is gonna end. So, if you want to skip right there to see my final score for the movie, go right over there. So, I'll give you a quick second. So there, and it's gone. that means you're in spoiler territory now. So, spoilers. So, the big relationship in this movie, the two basically main characters, is Nanosuke, played by Viola Davis, and Naoi, played by Tosu Mebedu. So, both, turns out in this movie, they are mother and daughter. It is not revealed early in the movie. It is revealed at a moment where we learn about Nanosuke's past. So in her past, she was, of course, a part of the tribe, and she was kidnapped. And when she was kidnapped, she was raped, and every single day. And the person that raped her was the past version of Araade, who is the leader of the Oyo tribe, and who's trying to start a war and trying to, who leads the slave trade and stuff, and who wants to destroy the Dahomey kingdom and everything. So that's his child, but of course he doesn't know that at all. So during that time, she was able to escape, and with the help, and of course she was pregnant, so she hid and everything. And Amenza was with her when she gave birth. And during that birth, after Amenza left to go get some medicine to help Nanosuke survive, and she had the babies, and she wanted to do something because she didn't want it anymore. She didn't want to keep it. So to mark it, she cut her arm, and she put a shark tooth in it, and it healed around that. So the shark tooth was still in her. Years later, Naoi is an orphan. She lives with people who adopted her, who the father gave up to them because she doesn't want to marry anybody rich, and she doesn't want to be a part of that whole thing. She wants to be a warrior. She wants to be, different. So of course she gets sold out. She doesn't get sold out. She gets offered to the king or whatever, and she becomes part of the tribe, like I said in the spoiler preview part. So basically, what happened was, later during the movie, there's a scene where Nanosuke and Naoi are talking, and she's telling her the story, and she grabs her arm and she cuts it, and Naoi takes it out, and it's the shark tooth. And I'm like, that's a twist I did not expect at all. It added a little elevation to it, because that means they're mother and daughter. Something that I think this movie handled very well, especially in the end. Sadly, Lashana Lynch's character does die. After the big fight, Naoi and Izuri get captured, and during the escape, Izuri dies, gets shot twice, and doesn't make it out, sadly. It was a hard moment. I didn't cry, but I was kind of like, shit. I knew someone was gonna die. I just didn't really expect it to be her, but a little part of me did. Still sucked though. So after they get captured, later, a little later on, most of the tribe, especially Nanosuke, comes and saves them. Not her, obviously, but basically destroys this entire village and destroys the slave trade that's going on through these ports. And I think that's pretty much what happens. And then in the end, Viola Davis' character becomes the Woman King. Jabariga's character, King Gezu, tells her, originally he didn't want her to go and save them. He's like, you're not going after them. If you go, you'll be disobeying me, and this and that. So obviously she went, and the others followed. And she came back, and she thought she would be thrown out. She thought she wouldn't, she would be cut from her post. But she wasn't. She became the Woman King. Literally, when he said it, it was kind of funny. It's like, Nanosuke, the Woman King. I was like, huh, he said it. He said the title of the movie. Yeah, I thought it was funny. But, it was very interesting. And in the end, Nanosuke and Naoi, I keep butchering these names here and there, and I apologize. But in the end, Naoi and Nanosuke are mother and daughter, and Naoi accepts it as they're celebrating, they're having a party, and as she is the Woman King, of course, Naoi walks up to her mother, and she's like, will you dance, mother? And I was like, that's kind of sweet. It was a very beautiful ending for a movie with a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. Again, obviously there was heartwarming moments and a lot of good moments and a lot of thrilling moments in this movie. This movie just had a lot of heart and a lot of soul. Anyways, welcome back to the spoiler, not the spoiler free, the ending of my review. That spoilers done. I just wanted to get that big part of the movie out. So at the end of the day, I think I debated on the score for a little bit. I was either going to give it this or give it that, but at the end of the day, I do think I have to give it a full-on 10 out of 10. Originally, I was going to give it a 9 out of 10 because I didn't think I could give it that full score, but then as I'm sitting here talking about it, and especially during the beginning, it really all started to come together, and I went, oh no shit, this is actually a beautiful, badass movie that I did not expect would be one of my favorite movies of the year. This is just an outstanding movie that I think everyone should see. Such great effort from the cast, the crew, everybody. Just everybody does such an amazing job. And hats off to all of you. Well, beanie off to all of you. I'm sorry I said that. That was stupid. Anyway, yeah, that's the end of this movie review. Just such a great movie, such a beautiful movie. So yeah, I hope you like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.